Hey guys, day 69. I should have never cut 68 early because lo and behold, good old India gives me something to talk about. So I thought day 68, end of day, would be very uneventful. I was just going to go have dinner and come back. But apparently that wasn't the case. So the first time ever I had a taxi driver pretty much freaked me the fuck out. Turns around and we get like halfway to where I'm going. I'm on my way to the Hard Rock for dinner, and he pulls over the side of the road. He gets on his phone. He's screaming and yelling at somebody. Next thing you know, another car shows up. Driver gets out, jumps in the other car, and takes off. Okay, what the hell? About 10 seconds later, another guy gets in the car, not my same driver, and just starts driving. So I have no idea what the hell's going on at this point. But I turn around, I let the ride run. For about 5-10 more minutes, I finally ask the guy if he knows where we're going. He tells me yeah. And then, it takes like an hour to get where we're going. We're lost twice. And apparently the Hard Rock wasn't actually open. They were just starting to redesign the current hotel. So that was interesting. I didn't get a Zippo, didn't get anything because nothing was set up yet, but whatever. Then I had a driver on the way back to the hotel after dinner try to hustle me for a bunch of cash, and it just never fails, right? That's why I normally use Uber. But Uber's not available in Goa, so there you have it. So that was the end of day 68. Day 69, this actually was a really fun day. Went scuba diving, dived Goa. And getting to the location was a little bit of a challenge, but once we were there, typical PADI instructors, decent guys, but it's all resort training, right? So there's no classroom, these are the principles behind what you're doing. It was just, hey, here's some people, you're going to dive with them. By the way, they're just now doing an intro to scuba, so don't worry about it, they'll be fine. A couple of the instructors seemed to at least know what they were doing. That was good. A lot of the people that were diving, obviously first-time divers, half of them just had extra cash to blow. At first I was really shocked. I walked in there and saw another white guy. Then I saw two, but the first one was actually one of the dive masters. His name was Nigel. He actually worked at the shop. He was from Great Britain. Dude was funny as shit. I'm not gonna lie. I liked hanging out with the guy. He just told you how it was. He'd been in India for 7 years. He was an expat. Came over as an engineer, just never went home. But he was cool as hell. The other white guy was a French guy. He was really cool. Thomas. He was there to snorkel. He wasn't there to dive. But the guy was cool. Like I said, he was fun to talk to. Cool to ride the boat with. And I'm not going to stereotype people, but I'm just going to say there's just some stuff that you have to say, like, what the hell, people? So, typical divers, those of us that have actually learned to dive and are there for the sport, we're for the most part very, we're just very, like, we're a band of group, right? Like, we hang out all together. A lot of camaraderie that goes along with being a diver. And one thing that you kind of get used to as a diver is that you all kind of help load the boat, you kind of help unload the boat. You're kind of there to help each other and have a good time. And all the resort guys weren't helping shit. So we get to the boat, and it's actually in the river, so there's no easy way onto the boat, and you can't get the car down to the boat. So we help unload we're all supposed to like get in a line and help unload the tank so that everybody's not busting their ass before the dive. And none of the resort guys are doing this. They're out smoking, they're screwing off. They've been asked like 3 or 4 times to help load the boat. They don't want nothing to do with it. And then we go through the dives. That was pretty cool. There were some issues with the people that were there against going trying to get, I don't know what the hell they're trying to get from the dive masters, but I'm not going to say much more than that. Anyhow, get the dive done. We get off the boat. We're trying to help unload the boat. help load it, help unload it. And of course, again, half these guys take off. They did their dive, they had their fun, time to go. They leave. The couple that were left screwed around, were smoking, and one of the jackasses actually was walking down towards the boat, and of course we're all soaking wet, and he slips on the pavement, tears his foot up, like his foot bent down like this and then scraped across the pavement. All of his toes, the whole top of his foot, just totally destroyed. I mean, just cut up, bleeding everywhere. It was nasty, but I kind of want to say it's kind of what you get. If you'd have been actually helping us and in line, helping undo the gear, you would have been dicking off down by the pier. You wouldn't have slipped. You wouldn't have got all messed up. You'd have been perfectly fine. So, yeah, needless to say. The hotel that I'm in is actually quite interesting, and I say that because it's the epitome of like third world resort hotel, right? So the rooms don't all have AC in them. The hotel is prone to power outages. You don't have Wi-Fi. But at the same token, the room I was in had a literally seafront view. Like the ocean came right up to the side of the ground of the hotel. So I spent the whole night just listening to the ocean, watching boats. A few times the power went out, which is fine. I was reading a book on my iPad, so I had enough juice to get through it. And in the 24 hours I'm at the hotel, I smashed the whole book. The book was great, and it was a pirate book. So reading it while sitting on the seas, after scuba diving, listening to the water, it just really puts you in the mindset of the book. And some of the places they described in the book where they were doing some of these wreck dives and these wreck hunts, same couple of hotels, right? The author was talking about how the scuba divers would go out to their car and sleep in their car at night for the AC because it was so hot, and with no power they couldn't run fans. And here I'm sitting here with no fan and no power, and it just made me feel like I was right there in the book. So yeah, not a whole lot about India, right? So the hotel, again, very third world, very very resort-ish sort of. And the people, like I said, these resort people I'm scuba diving with, I'm not gonna say nothing. Look, y'all should know me well enough by now exactly what I'm thinking. I'm gonna leave it what it is. So that was day 69. All in all, it was really fun, and we'll take it from there. So you guys know the drill. Like the video, share the video, like the Facebook page, subscribe. Questions, comments, concerns, and we'll see you back home.